I'm Lynn Kotecki, and I live in 304.
Carol Kotecki, room 304.
Holland. We have been in Holland since 1978. Yeah. So Holland and Zealand raised our 3 children in the Holland area. We both lived in the Detroit, the east side of the state. And then when we got married, we went down to Florida area. And we're there up until 78. We got married in 72. And then we came back up here. We have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. And the girls sandwiched in with the boys. And then 4 grandchildren, 3 girls and a grandson. Not teenagers anymore, all older, 20 and above.
Well, my oldest son bought my business I had for Tiyl yachts, and my oldest one and all my kids work there now. So we supply parts for them, and we have since 78 or so, 84. Yeah, 1984.
Banking. I was a banker for about 40 years, and in the Holland area about 30 years for F&B and Huntington Bank. When I say I graduated from banking, when I retired, I worked a lot of community event projects. A lot of nonprofits, Good Sam, Boys and Girls Club. I did a lot of work for Outdoor Discovery Center, the Project Clarity, and then I started a nonprofit with a couple of community leaders that brought Christian leaders together. So I guess my hobby is sourdough bread, and we like to bike, both of us. I play guitar and sing. I used to do a lot of it at churches, but now not anymore. So, and you?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know, I don't.
Well, here I did the wood shop, but mainly I was doing all the metal work for Tiyl yachts. So.
And that's his hobby. He makes a lot of
cutting boards.
Yeah, he loves woodworking.
Yeah, cutting boards, charcuterie boards, flights. Yeah. Like I said, they gave me the key the second day. I didn't remove any of it. Yeah, and I had a nice wood shop at our house on Division, and we gave everything away because it got everything here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, before he had a stroke, he flew a plane.
Motorcycle. Airplanes. Built a plane.
Yeah.
Had 2 planes over the years.
A lot of
scuba diving.
Hobbies. Yeah. We love Holland. The wood shop. I've known about Freedom Village since I lived here because of being in the banking, was involved with some of that. And we were looking for something beyond our home that we could have our last years with. And I looked at a number of places, and Freedom Village came above them all. Wouldn't you say that? Yeah.
Yeah, we've been here since before Streetscape, because I worked with a lot of the vendors back in 70. I worked downtown, closed up the coal cellar where they did the snow melt, and I really appreciate the snow melt right up to the doorstep.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't get any snow, and they keep on expanding it, so I really like that.
Probably everything. Cards, games with some folks.
Yeah, we swim on.
Yeah, swimming. We like swimming.
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yeah, we like exercising, and biking. I think I'm looking forward to biking. You've already done some biking here, but we have our bikes in the barn, and leaving to vacation and knowing our house is fine and it's clean when I come home. So, one of the things that I think both of us said, we received a Freedom Friend, and it's Virginia and Mike Coughlin, and they have been wonderful, and so has Bruce and Carol from the wood shop. They have kind of walked us through a number of things that we wouldn't have known, and so I'm just looking forward to meeting more people, and I know a lot of people here because of being in the financial industry, so that's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. Yeah, I can visit my kids because we're literally across the lake without even crossing the road. So I go on a bicycle and go right around, right to a shop. So.
My name is Arlene Haverdink, and I am in number 636.
Gary Haverdink, same location. Quincy Place. We were there for 14 months and didn't think it was a good fit for us. The Quincy Place is primarily an assisted living place, and there were hardly any couples there and independent. And we didn't realize that when we first moved in. And the food was good, the service was good, but they weren't full. And once they got full occupancy, then they start cutting back on the food and they cut back on the service. And so we started looking. I graduated from Holland High School. Okay. She graduated from Union High School in Grand Rapids. We met at Hope College. The amenities.
And the friendships we had here. A fair number from church or Hope College. I'll start, mine's shorter. After graduating, I got a job teaching math, junior high math and phys ed in the Detroit area. And then after that, we started a family. And I no longer earned money by teaching, but I did teach catechism and things of that sort. And I played the piano and organ a lot for worship services and choirs. Still love music, and singing in choirs too. So, I don't know, from there I looked for ways to volunteer or serve either at my kids' school or corresponding with prison inmates, doing Bible study with them, or we both sponsor some compassion children that are from other countries and are in Christian education centers and need support.
We met at Hope College, as I said earlier, and I decided that I wanted to get an engineering degree, so I transferred to the University of Michigan Dearborn campus, which is a co-op training school. So I went to school 4 months and graduated, and then worked 4 months. And I worked mostly with Ford Motor Company, and that's where I started working after I graduated. And then I became disenchanted with Ford. It was large and it wasn't very challenging work. So we wanted to get back to the West Michigan area, so I took a job with Herman Miller. And I was in engineering, and then they got me into plant management, and I had a change in careers. I started to work in insurance. I had started my own independent insurance agency in 1973 with a spare bedroom and a file cabinet with no files. And Lord blessed us, and it grew. And then I started having problems with seizures, and I had to figure out what I was going to do with the business because I couldn't drive a car and stuff. So I sold the business to my 2 sons who had joined me, and went to Florida. They said it was stress related, and found out that I was just allergic to aspartame. And so I stopped taking aspartame, and my seizures went away. Now I'm unemployed and healthy. And so then we started what we thought the Lord was calling us to do, and that was to plant churches. So we planted 3 new churches in Florida, in different cities with different pastors. And then retired from that 6 or 7 years ago, I guess now. Then we moved back to Holland, and lived on Sawtooth Court, and then Quincy, and then here.
We have 2 boys who are married, 2 Hope graduates, and they have provided us with 5 grandchildren who have provided us with 9 great-grandkids, with a 10th one on the way.
And they all live within a half an hour of us here, the kids and then the great-grandkids, of course. Well, we have both have similar hobbies for over the years. When we lived in the villages, we both played tennis and golf, and then I played pickleball there also, and Arlene played tennis and
Played a
golf.
little bit of pickleball there too.
Did you at the villages?
Yes.
I couldn't. Okay.
Yeah.
And so that has continued, though I haven't played much golf anymore. But I still play tennis.
And I don't play any of it. My body isn't capable.
We still have a park model trailer at Sandy Pine, and so we spend quite a few nights there in the summer. They have a golf course there. Friends and people I play golf with there very easily.
We enjoy watching Detroit sports teams.
Yeah, that's a good point. We both enjoy watching sports activities, and so we have a package of things that we can watch, whether it's Michigan football or Detroit Pistons or Tigers and stuff like that. And then we can record them all so we can watch them at our convenient times.
I haven't given serious thought to anything. We were so busy unpacking and moving that I just haven't seriously looked into anything yet, but I would like to get involved so I can make more friends.
I don't think I'm looking for a whole lot more activities beyond pickleball and tennis and golf right at this point. And my abilities are much less than what they used to be, and so, but that gives me some. And then we, of course, have to maintain our property at Sandy Pines, and then so I go there and cut grass and take care of the boat and everything else.
We bought that place. We had been members there years ago when they were growing up, and now that we've got all these great-grandkids, we bought Sandy Pines again a couple of years ago, and we figured it would attract them there because we're on the water and close to the water park. So
they look forward to seeing their great-grandpa and great-grandma now, where before they weren't excited to go to our condo or to Quincy Place or to Freedom. But the park next door here, our great-grandkids really enjoy coming there, so sometimes they meet us there.
Oh, Sally A. Bradford, and I live in 454. Born in Ohio. I lived in Ohio, Montana, Wisconsin, and Boston. Wow. Oh, I was just at the links. Before that, we lived on Lake Michigan. I raised my kids here, and they all ran away. I graduated from college as an astronomy major and was offered a job in the University of Chicago, but I got married instead and came to Michigan. And Michigan isn't the greatest place for astronomy majors. So I had children. I ended up teaching kindergarten. That was more fun. Easier. I've got 3 kids, scattered. The oldest lives on a boat, one lives in Vermont, and one lives in Holland. Right now they're in New Bern, North Carolina. But they're going to head north to Boston. 45-foot cruiser, and they started out doing the loop. I don't know if you know what that is. That's the boat tour of the eastern United States. You go, they started on the East Coast and went up, through the St. Lawrence River to Michigan, down Michigan, stopped here, went on down the Mississippi, and around Florida, and They're in New Bern. 6 grandchildren, and I think I have 11 great-grands right now. I have 1 daughter in here. That's all I've got. I had a tripping fall. It's kind of a long story, but it was a bad trip. I tripped over something like that and went into the back door of my car, broke both shoulders, my neck, and 6 ribs. So I was in the hospital and rehab and whatnot. And by the time I got back to my house, I lived through the summer, and then I think that winter, or that fall, I said, I think I better do something. So I know a lot of people here, so I moved in here. At this time, I've dropped most hobbies. I just play bridge and getting to know people here. But no, I've let all the hobbies go. I do that. I go through one phase and then another. Right now, I'm moving into Freedom Village. That's my hobby. Oh, it's a big place. Big place. Lots of different people.